When I think about makerspace and I call it the container, right? The sort of cultivating that container of agency, collaboration, communication, care, and I think about what it means for teachers to bring joy into the classroom space, to nurture students' sense of identity through their sense of agency in the way that teachers are honoring young people for the tremendous skill sets that they already bring into the classroom. And that's what Makerspace does. Makerspace brings out all of the intelligence and brilliance that our young people already walk into classrooms with, but they don't often get to express.
There are so few opportunities in school systems for students to really be agentive, to be able to bring themselves, to bring their genius out into the world, to express themselves in that way. And so we can talk about gear and we can talk about all that kind of stuff, and all that stuff is part of the programs, and it's great to have great access to tools. But at the end of the day, for me, MakerEd is about student agency and giving students the opportunity to bring themselves into the world. And if that connects to their discipline or it connects to English or mathematics, so much the better. But I think it's just inherently good for students to have opportunities to be themselves and to create and explore and experience the world in multimodal ways, by touching things and making things and having things fall apart and having to negotiate relationships and all of that good stuff. And so for me, that's what MakerEd is about.
So what we proposed was to do a series of 8 workshops that with each one of those workshops, we present a different project, a MakerEd style project. And then we're trying to get people away from the concept of MakerEd as a place, like you have to have the maker space with the right tools, and get teachers to understand that it's an approach, it's a mindset. And if you can have that mindset, you can be a maker educator no matter the space, no matter the tools.
If I were to tell an educator about Makerspace, I would say, do you want to bring the brilliance out of your young people? Do you want to cultivate that sense of agency that they have, but are not afforded opportunities to do so? And then to bring it out in such concrete ways as they're making things that deeply reflect who they are and who their identity is and what they value and what is of interest to them. Like, that is how we can deeply change and shift the trajectory of school experiences, especially for young people who don't often have access to making things, right? Or pulling out the brilliance that we know they have. So how do we create spaces where we can pull that out, and honoring the fact that our young people are very different and unique in the way that they imagine, in the way that they dream, in the way that they express, in the way that they demonstrate their agency, and in the way that they think about learning.
My favorite part about the work is my role is just to establish the conditions by which really weird things can happen. Like, I try to set up environment, that's everything from the physical arrangement of a room to the norms of the rule set to the way that the community communicates. And if you get some of those conditions right, really weird stuff starts to happen, beautiful things and surprises, right? We all want to be surprised, I think, in our work. If you're a teacher for a long time, it can begin to feel like it's the same thing, right? And so I think establishing conditions by which you can be surprised by yourself and your students is the most nourishing part of the work for me.